In this weekend, as you can see there, and Israel looking to try and punch their ticket for the next round. Here's how it stands. They're looking for a second win, the Israelis. Cyprus need a victory to get themselves on the board and keep alive their hopes of making it through to the next stage. It's going to be a big ask for them here against a quality Israeli lineup. And you can see they're well up for it. Here the Israeli team as they look set to be introduced to the home fans. And as I say, big chance for them to put a second win on the board and put some pressure on the teams above them in the standings to try and improve their position and also book themselves a spot for the second round. I was thinking a game like this on the road where you come in as a favourite, it's all about the start. Can you get off to a good start and put pressure on the home team, particularly when that team has yet to win a game? And that'll be the aim here for the Israelis. Well, for Cyprus, really, they have to win this game. They'll be eliminated. In fact, they already are eliminated, but they've got to win this game to try and catch up with the Israelis. And that is the big incentive for them. Try and get a win on the board and give their home fans something to be happy about come the end of this evening as they are introduced to the home fans. But it will be a challenging affair here for the Cypriots at home against this Israeli team. But you've got to go out there and battle it out on the hardwood. And that is the goal here today. Well, the two teams have been introduced to the fans in the building tonight. So we will pause now as we have the national anthems of our two competing nations, starting with the visitors from Israel. And now for the national anthem of Cyprus. Well, the coaching staffs and shortly the players will exchange mementos and well wishes ahead of the tip-off of the game, then get back to the serious business of getting themselves set and ready. These two teams already met in this qualifying round. It was a comfortable win for Israel, winning 94-54. Of course, 3 teams out there on the floor are 3 officials getting themselves set for the contest as well. Remember, this Group E, as it stands, Croatia top of the group and undefeated, 3-0. Israel trying to move level with the Germans on 2 wins. Germany and Croatia about set to get underway as well in their contest today before we go to the final window of games. Here's the starting 5 for Israel: Ariel, Carrington, Zalmanson, Otzi and Yakov will go in the starting lineup, so plenty of offensive firepower available there, and indeed some pretty quality coming off the bench as well for the Israelis today. As I say, Coach will be wanting his team to get off to a big start here. As I say, they come in heavy favourites, having already beaten the Cypriots comfortably in this group, and that comes again that little bit of extra pressure, because the guys might think, oh, this should be as comfortable it was first time around, but you never quite know when you get out onto court in these windows, particularly a team playing at home with the extra incentive that brings. Mikhail, Yankumis, Tikas and Stilianu, the starting 5 for the Cypriots here today. And conversely, they need a good start, need to knock down a few shots, get that confidence going early on. And I'm sure he will have gone through all of the game plan with the guys already. It'll just be the final few messages here. Usually a few plays, maybe a little reminder of 1 or 2 of the defensive priorities and what matchups are key for them before they get out there. But once the ball goes up and the players are in the flow, it should all come together. So Israel with the real opportunity in front of them here. As I say, it's about going out and doing a professional job as far as they're concerned.
You go first. 1 and 4. For Adam, it's a fake. Zali will make it look like he's going at you, and then he will turn. Right? Dino will be with full deny. Πάει και σε δαμέ, και όπως είναι πιάσει την μπάλα με ταχύτητα, κατευθείαν στο κάσμενο στέμα με την κόρνερ. Εντάξει, spacing, το side, λίγο side. Σάιμον στέμα, κατευθείαν πό, είμαστε 4 έξορας μέσα με εξεπιθετικά που δαμέ.
Well, the 5's now making their way out onto court. As you could see from the countdown clock, we're almost set to get things underway here in Limassol. Cyprus trying to get their first win on the board. And you can say Mikhail bearing the scars of battles past there. Quite a black eye he's got. There's a big bear hug there from the coach for all of his players as they go out there. As I say, they just want to make a few early shots, get comfortable in the game and see where that takes them. Well, 5's out on court. We can get this game underway here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 European Qualifiers. Israel all in blue, Cyprus in the white uniforms. Well, welcome along wherever in the world you are joining us from Limassol, the host here for this qualifying game. And it is Israel who will get the opening possession, and Carrington right down the middle tosses it in for two. Little easy penetration for Kadeem Carrington right down the middle of the lane. It's good ball movement from the Cypriot. Stylianou in the corner. It's a little low on that pass, but Kumis was able to get it away, couldn't knock it down. Yakov brings it forward. Whoop. Almost a turnover there from Zalmanson. He was able to recover. Three ball is up and it is good. Ariel with the triple. And the perfect start for Israel with 5 points on the board in the first minute of the game. Stylianou. Shot clock ticking down, a lot of dribble, not much movement this time. Tikas kicks it out, ball needs to go up here, tough shot, sort of fading away on the side there from Young, but he couldn't draw any iron, and Israel able to come away the other way. Salmonson gets it back to Carrington. Carrington, lovely little pocket pass, and an easy one there for the Israeli captain. This little mid-range jump shot, they will have worked on that so many times. No way through there for Young. Chance for Israel to run the other way. Well, there was briefly, but the foul committed by Tikas. So Israel will set it up from the side, having scored the opening 7 points of this contest and looking to add to that. Yakov. Carrington. Again, that same little pocket pass. This time the shot is turned down by Zalmanson, and a missed three-pointer from Artsy. Tikas. Around it goes to Stylianou. Trying to feed that into the low post, but Ariel was wise to that and able to poke that away. Here comes Yakov. Ariel. Loads of space for Zalmanson for three. Front iron on that one. Long rebound comes all the way out to Mikhail. He's going to attack the rim, throws it up. Almost managed to spin that one in off the backboard, but it's going to be 2 free throws and a chance for Cyprus to get on the board here. Again, this pocket pass is just there. It's just a simple pick and roll. And the defense haven't taken it away. Zalmanson a moment later had another opportunity similar to that, maybe a little further out. Turned it down, but the shot was definitely there if he wanted it. Simon Mikhail getting Cyprus on the board here. It's taken them 2.5 minutes. But they have their first point of the contest. And the second one rims out. Easy rebound for the Israeli captain. He's going to turn point guard here. Yakov now. Back to Zalmanson. Here's Carrington. Nice penetration. A little high on the layup there from Artsy. He was after a whistle to come his way, but it didn't. Stylianou, the Cypriot captain, surveying his options. Takes the three behind the screen, front iron on that. Ariel with the rebound. Here's Carrington. That's going to be a foul. Little grab there. Probably not a bad foul, given that Carrington went on to make the three afterwards. Salmanson hands it back off to Yakov. Lovely skip pass out to the corner. The three rattles out though for artsy. Mikhail. Not a lot of movement off the ball here, so he's going to have to go on his own. Oh, and pass in between two players there. They both looked at each other there, Young and Stiliano, as if to say, is that for you or me? And in the end, it was for neither. Golavi checking in for the first time for Israel. Almost 4 minutes gone. It will be 4 minutes before they get the ball back, and Cyprus yet to knock a field goal down. 0 of 4 from the floor. But 4 is the problem because they haven't taken as many as they might like. That one's not put in from close range, but Zalmanson's able to get a second chance for his team, and foul is going to go against Nikos Stiliano. And that's the thing, when they get a stop, the stop isn't over until you gain the ball. You need to be getting a body on a man there. Yakov. Lavi fouled on the floor. It's the 4th team foul though on Cyprus, so can't afford any more before free throws become into play. It's going to be substitution with Lozidis checking in for Young. Zalmanson gets it to Carrington. Again, a little pick and roll. This time Carrington calls his own number. Cyprus can't quite get hold of the offensive rebound, and eventually it's smuggled up, but crowded out of it is Ariel, and eventually it is Kumis who comes away with it for the Cypriots. Nice attack, there we go. First field goal of the game. Mikhail getting to the rim, he's got all 3 of his team's points. Zalmanson. I guess the one thing is if you only score 3 in 5 minutes, you're doing well to only be down 4. Yakov, hook pass over to Lavi for 3, knocks it down. Second three-pointer of the game for Israel. Tikas. Stiliano. 5 on the shot clock. He's trying to muscle down Carrington, who does a good job of making that a little further out than the Cypriot captain might have liked there. Good defense from Carrington. Here he is. Oh, what a great pass that is. Kadeem Carrington with a sensational assist. Once again, he found Salmonson. This time it was on a slip rather than that little pocket pass, but absolutely perfectly executed. Lays it in for 2, and Israel up 9. So Cyprus forced into a timeout here. Just 3 points so far.
Αμυντικά είμαστε καλύτερα, εντάξει, πιο πράγματα να προσέξουμε, εντάξει, κατεβάζουν τα screen πάρα πολλά χαμηλά και παίζουν τα elbow pick and roll, εντάξει, προσπαθούμε να τα παίξουμε nice και ο ψηλός να μείνει μέσα, γιατί παίζουν τα bam-bam να μην έχουν καλό space, παίξετε τα ice με το ψηλό μέσα, και κάνετε όλοι load. Να τους κρατήσουμε μια πλευρά, τούτο είναι το ένα. Επιθετικά είμαστε στην ίδια σελίδα. Αρκούμε να μπούμε στα plays μας, στην αρχή βράμε 2-3. Είπαμε θέλουμε πάσα, αλλά ό,τι καλό να ανοίξει πιάστε τον και να μπορούν και καλύτερα μετά.
Well, you've got to find some way of getting easy looks, and we've certainly seen some easy looks at this end of the floor, but the Cypriots not so much. 1 of 6 from the floor. Feel like they looked a little more comfortable when the ball was zipping a bit. Once or twice they've got a little stuck in dribble and relying on a single bit of skill to try and create some offense rather than letting the ball do the work. Israel showing full court press here. They're going to stick with it? Not really. It's just enough to disrupt, but not trying to force anything. Tikas with the ball. Gets it to Mikhail. He fires up the three, and he hits the bottom of the net. All 6 points for Simon Mikhail Salmonson. Hand off to Ariel. Oh, look at that. Again, another little slip to the basket. I mean, Pashilas will want that one back, really. He should have made the layup in the first place. Chance for Cyprus to get out in the break. And leaking out in front is Lozides, who lays it in. Lobbed up. Salmonson in off the glass. Good for two. He's fouled as well. So he'll go to the line for a bonus free throw. Pashialis, the offender. You can see Roman Sorkin getting ready to check into the game. So too is Palatin. Again, it's a lovely bit of vision, a slow reaction from Pashialis. Mastiliano and Mikhail sitting down as Zalmanson adds to his personal tally. 7 points now, the game's leading scorer, and he will sit down. That is the gap between the two teams as well. Again, a little pressure down court just to make it a little uncomfortable for the point guard, Tikas. Not really trying to force him to turn it over, but just to wear him down. Again, look, there's a lot of dribble and self-creation. It's good self-creation for Philippos Tikas in the end, but it's tough to rely on that for 40 minutes. Got to try and find a way of moving the ball. Here's Blatt. He didn't need too long out on court to get on the board. First look at the basket, really, for Tamir Blatt, and it's good for three. That's going to be a blocking foul. And, well, you can see Yakov pointed to his chest and said, me. He did get an assist at the other end. That's hand down, man down. You're a step away from Blatt, you're in trouble. Pashilis. Back to Tikas. Tikas is going to let it fire from three-point range. That one rattles out. Good work from Palatin to get the rebound. Israel on the run. Broken up. Oh, and saved. Great hustle from Philippos Tikas to keep that in bounds. Looked for all the world that was going to be Israeli possession. Tikas. Three-point shot is off the mark from Pashialis, and Blatt will bring it the other way. Blatt just inside the three-point line this time, but same result on the opposite side. And he's looked in rhythm as soon as he stepped on the floor. Both those shots looked good as soon as they left his hands. Good hustle there to almost force the turnover from Palatin. Here's Lozides, kicks it out to the corner. Shot clock getting low here. Somebody's got to fire it up. Got to be quick. Just got that away in time and knocked it down right as the buzzer sounded. Tikas just getting that away in time. He's 2 for 2 for 4 points. Again, there's that pocket pass we've seen a few times. And there was a slap on the arm. Sorkin will go to the free throw line. It's basic stuff, isn't it? That little pick and roll. It's all about the point guard hesitating for long enough. This is that one. He's bought himself a little space. You can see there's probably about half a second as he got that shot away. Sorkin at the line. Makes the first. Trying to get this lead back up into double figures, Israel. Versos going inside to Lazidis, but look how far off the block he is. Trying to thread the needle there, kind of deflected off Sorkin's hand. Sorkin looking for options. That asked an awful lot of Palatine to try and pull that one in. He's having a look at the official as if he was being fouled, but to be honest with you, I think it's one of them where the pass was not close enough to him. Zita sitting down. Again, this just pressure on the ball. This one looks a bit more aggressive from Israel, maybe a little too aggressive. Okay, Jukman called for the foul. Versos. Back now to Janaras. Stiliano drives, kicks it out for three. Not quite, it hit a lot of the iron there, but wouldn't quite drop in. Here's Blatt again. He's already made 2 shots. That one doesn't go. Sorkin keeps it alive, kept in play by Jukman. Blatt kicks it out to the corner. Palatine's 3 off the mark. There's going to be a foul on the rebound. Well, Stiliano reacted. I thought that was Stefanos Tsikas potentially with the foul. It is Stiliano's number that was shown to the table, though. So Gourlave will go to the free throw line because Cyprus are long since over the limit. Stiliano still arguing his case. As Israel move into their biggest lead of the contest so far at 11, now 12. Doubling them up here with 1:25 to go in the opening quarter. Foul called. Chialis playing defense with his hands and not his feet there. So Philippos Tsikas into the game, since both Tsikas is on the court. Oh, what a rejection thrown away by Sorkin. That forces the buzzer to sound. What a great defensive play to end that first quarter. And it is Cyprus 12, Israel 24 after 10 minutes. Well, the Cypriots struggled to get any field goals going in the early stages, and maybe they could have been further ahead, Israel, but they've comfortably extended out as the quarter went on, got to the free throw line, dominating the rebounds. Obviously, that's helped by the fact there are more rebounds at their end of the floor to get after. Let's have a look back at some of the best plays of this first quarter. And that pick and roll was very effective for Israel in the early stages. This man providing the only resistance for the first 5 minutes. Carlos, the only scorer for Cyprus in the first part of that quarter. And, well, Israel, I feel like they could do even a little bit more of that. That pick and roll was really effective. But doing what they need to do here today. in Limassol, Israel, getting off to the start that they would have wanted. And now it's about maintaining and building on this lead. Cyprus got to find a way of moving the ball, I think. Once or twice it's got a little sticky. Make sure you scan the QR code, download the Courtside 1891 app, or go to the website and log in that way. Keep across all of the action across the world of FIBA basketball. Courtside 1891. Back underway here in the second quarter, almost turned over in the backcourt by Vartos. Here's Mikhail again looking to drive to the basket. Late whistle, but the right whistle. Just head down, running to the basket. Mikhail pointed to the floor to say his feet are outside or inside, and they were way outside. It's a good, easy offensive foul call for the official. Here comes Tamir Black. Goes the opposite way to the screen, and just a little miscommunication. I think Gurlave thought he was taking it to the rim, and actually he was passing it out to the wing where he was stood, and it's gone straight out of bounds. Vartos. Mozidas in the corner for three. Great rebound with one hand there from Zhukman, and what an outlet pass that is. Oh, but a blown dunk. Gurlave out in front. Just threw it off the back of the iron. Well, under the screen, makes some pay there. Vartos more than happy to let that fly. Black. Well, that's too easy. He's actually caught the ball pretty low there. But he's had time to adjust it, get it into the rhythm he wants it. And the defense not reacting at all. Well, an open three here at the other end, and suddenly they're flying in. Yanaras, wide open. Another wide open three. Three consecutive plays, although this one rims out for Palatine. Mikhail. Backs away for three. Knocks it down. He's had a great first half so far. 12 minutes in, and he's up to 9 personal points, almost a third of his team's offense. He's been the key threat, both mainly going to the basket in the early stages, but just a little step back three there, giving the Israelis something to think about here at the start of the second quarter. Gap is down to only 6.
עכשיו, 55, לא לתת את השלשות האלה, דיברנו על השלשות האלה, שנתונים לי פה, להיות יותר קרובים, אוקיי? לא לתת את השלשות האלה, יותר קרובים, עבר אותך, רק אם יש ממש מגע תחליט, אנחנו מחזיק אותך, אתה לא יכול לתת את הכל בסדר, רק להיות יותר אגרסיבי, זה הכל. יאללה, יאללה,
15 points off the bench. They led by as many as 12, but it's only 6 right now. Cyprus started to knock down a few shots here in the early stages of this second quarter, and that's really helped them find a rhythm. To be fair, there's maybe a little more the defense could do to make that a difficult shot, but you still got to knock them down. Israel ball from the end. First taste of the action for Razaram. Inside it goes to Sorkin. Spinning baseline. Strength. And he's fouled on the way up. Okay, let's Kumis, the offender. I think it's just extra length there. Sorkin just able to get the ball up a little higher, and therefore any contact will be with the arm. First one is good. Makes them both. Vossos. Opposite way to the screen. Comes back. That was the right pass right there, but just in the way with its Villavi. So it'll be a sideline ball for Cyprus. Tossed in to Kumis. A little shaking and baking, and a teardrop off the glass. Beautiful from Mikhail. He's into double figures now with 11. Adam pulls up at the elbow, and back Ringman down for him. Those mid-ranges have looked comfortable so far for Israel. Kumis. Vossos, nice pass. There's that man again. Mikhail doing all he can to keep his team in this game right now, moving without the basketball as well as he has been with it. 13 points for him, half his team's offense, more than. That's going to be a foul. Toss up for Sorkin, going for an alley-oop play. Look at this, great cut off the ball, using the rim for protection. I would have thought the shot clock should reset to 14 on a foul, but it's only on 10. Oh no, it has reset now. Fired up for three is Sorkin, doesn't go. Here's the man of the game so far, Simon Mikhail. Around the screen, he's attacking again. This time he circles back out. What a pass inside though. Going for the assist, oh, but it doesn't drop for Kumis. That did everything but go in right there. Sorkin fires up the triple, front iron, foul on the rebound. You know, that's not even looking at the ball there. Sorkin will sit down as the captain. Zalmanson checks back in. That's the fourth of this quarter. Any more will be free throws. Here's Zalmanson. Carrington in the corner, pumps on the three, watches the defender sail by. The only surprise is he didn't knock it down. Well, trying to commit a foul there, Adam, but he didn't do enough to convince the referees to call it. That's a kick ball, but shot clock at 16, so it won't be reset. Well, they're all running and the referee's not giving the ball yet. Well, here's a three up the top, front iron from Yanorath. Carrington. Nice kick out to Yakov, open for three, and that will go. And there'll be a timeout called here. 5:24 to go. Israel have got this back out to 9. So Coach Lavidotis wants to talk it over once again before this gets away from them. They did a good job of fighting back.
Πάμε να φρεσκαριστούμε, να κρατήσουμε την ένταση μας. 9 δώσ' του Λόι. Θέλω επόμενη επίθεση. Γιώργο, σε κάτω που το καλάθι.
Well, you saw the shooting numbers go through the screen there. The only real difference is the free throw line. Israel have managed to get to the line 7 times, made them all. That's been the bulk of the gap. Made one more 3, but the 2s were exactly the same. Cyprus get us back underway. Again, this little zone press from Israel. They've not done it super aggressive regularly, but just to get them late in the shot clock more than anything else. That's going to be an illegal screen. Kumis not keeping himself in legal defensive position there. Yakov. Back to Zalmanson. Carrington. Carrington, top of the key off the mark. Arthos drops it off. Little push shot from just inside the free throw line for Kumis. Gap is 7 once again. Not quite. Oh, Yakov's hit the deck here. He somehow scrambled under the legs of the defender. That foul's on the floor, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be free throws anyway. It's the 5th foul of the quarter on Cyprus. So Kadeem Carrington will go to the free throw line. Well, Cyprus hanging on in there at the minute, bearing in mind they lost by 40 in the reverse fixture. I think if they can get to halftime, still a long way there, 4:24 left. If they can get to halftime under 10, they'll be pleased with their production. They just need to find a secondary scorer, really. Mikhail has still got basically half their offense. As Carrington goes 1 for 2. Philippos Tsikas. It's very static, and it's going to be a foul as well on the handoff. Ariel got whacked to the floor. Just at times get a little stuck, Cyprus, and that's makes it more difficult. If the defense isn't moving, if the ball isn't moving, makes it difficult to find space. That's good work fighting over the top from Kumis. Carrington needs to get it in, does get it in time. Ariel all the way to the basket. Oh, he managed to stop. I thought he was going to come under it there, but he was able to get it up and on the near side. It's back to double figures now, the lead. We're looking to go inside once more. Again, I just like to move that a little quicker. Young does get it out. Here he is. That is a deep three with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. But offensive rebound, their first offensive rebound of the game, but no second chance points as an offensive foul is called. Ariel's definitely done something to his elbow. He keeps looking at it from that last play. And again, he's put his body on the line there. That's a pretty easy call. The bench in the background not agreeing, but looked a pretty blatant offensive foul from my angle. Carrington. Carrington behind the back, slicing through the middle. What a finish from Kadeen Carrington. Knifing through the defense for 2. Good hands. Yakov, Yakov all over Philippos Tsikras there. Still a Cypriot ball, but they're in the biggest hole they've been in so far at 12. So they could do with a little momentum going into halftime break. Oh, that's the 3rd time they've had one just rim out like that. Stefanos Tsikras unfortunate on that occasion. Yakov. Just feels like they've turned up the heat a little bit here, Israel. Carrington. Otzi for 3 is good. There's a foul on the rebound. It's going to go against Zalmanson, so it won't really make any difference. The basket will count, and it'll be a Cypriot ball. His first foul of the quarter, so it really has no impact on the game at all. But he was just muscling the defender out of the way to be in a good spot for an offensive rebound. Turned out there wasn't one, and Israel have the biggest lead of the contest at 15. This is a big 2:28 right now for Cyprus. Got to find some way back into this game. Just feels like momentum has shifted against them here. Israel have just turned up the defensive heat. Long rebound comes out to Yakov. Here's Ariel. Zalmanson. I'm not sure that was intended for Artsy, but he caught it anyway. Shot was off the mark. Carrington trying to take a foul, but doesn't get enough, and there will be a whistle eventually as Philippos Tsikras goes all the way to the basket. Jung is going to sit down as Lozidas returns. Philippos Tsikras at the free throw line. 4 points so far for him. Make that 5. Ooh, a little short on the second, but enough to get the friendly bounce on the iron. Well, they could do with a bit more magic from Mikhail chucking in. And their offense has struggled without him, that's for sure. Yakov for three. Tipped out by Lavi. Another three ball goes up. Ariel this time knocking it down. Okay. You see just one offensive rebound that turned into a charge. And the other end, 7 offensive rebounds for Israel. They've only got 5 second chance points from it. I just think you get to 1, that's about par. 1 per offensive rebound, 1 point. Mikhail under pressure, draws the foul. Gulavi, the offender. It's only the 3rd. Sorry, it's the 4th. Again, it's an open look, isn't it? 7 of 19 from behind the arc. Israel, there's barely anybody in the shot on that replay. Camera angle was pretty wide and you couldn't really see any defenders anywhere in the vicinity. Leano off the mark for 3. Carrington will bring it forward. We're into the final 50 seconds now. 21-17. Israel shading this quarter. Carrington trying to add to that. That's off the mark. Philippos Tikas back to Mikhail, trying to lob it in. It didn't quite have enough to get over Yakov. Good work diving on the floor. It's going to be an Israeli ball. But Shukman throwing his body on the line there. Roman Sorkin returns. So to Stefanos Tikas. Keller's going to sit down as well. He's had a shift today, 13 points. Well, the shot clock is on, but it's pretty close to the game clock. Yakov. Oh, again, wide open 3. Not knocked down by Zuckman. Last couple of ticks, I'm not sure what that is. It nearly went in. Well, that would have been the shot of the round there if that had gone in from Stefanos Tikas. He was looking for a pass, and in the end, he threw it to the rim. We're at the half here in Limassol. Cyprus 29, Israel 45. Israel in control of this without really getting fully away, but the Cypriots struggling to find enough offense outside of Simon Mikhail. Well, 2-point shooting, pretty much a wash. They've made a couple more threes and they've got to the line a little bit more. That's been the separating factor, along with the rebounding, and you can see the ball movement as well highlighted. I know there's a gap in the points, but 4 assists is still pretty low. I had no doubt who the star man of the first half was for Cyprus. It's been a spread offense for Israel, and Cyprus with some work to do at the offensive end in particular if they are to pull themselves back into the game. Look back at the second quarter, and you think it started really well for the Cypriots. They cut the lead down to 6, forced an early timeout, and then Israel just turned up the intensity a little bit, put a bit more pressure on, knocked down a few shots as well, and were able to get out to 16 as a result of that. And they'll be looking to land a knockout blow early in the second half for sure, but this guy might be able to keep his team in touch. He's certainly been aggressive, both going to the rim and indeed with the step away three, as we see here. Simon Mikhail, 13 of his team's 29 points. And it's that's when they're at the best. Good ball movement, good player movement off the ball. Once or twice they got just a little stuck in things. Israel never quite looked like that. They were always zipping it around and finding some really good shots. Indeed, they might feel like they could have made one or two more from behind the arc, given some of the looks that they had. But they're in the lead here at the half, 29 points to 45.
Get this body size. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding
me. It's another player based in northern Portugal, in Porto. Russell! Oh my, look at that for a three-pointer. We talk about the dangerous shooters from outside for Romania.
He passes back outside, the three-pointer from Mijatovic. And it's a three-point game right at the end of the quarter. Wow!
Again, throws it up, oh, and he makes it. That is unbelievable from Yamada. And it'll be a chance for a 4-point play. How good was this?
4.5 minutes it took him to get that first bucket. Oh, and the rejection! For Turkey, Cedi Osman, tough take and foul. Goodness me. And that's why he played in the league.
Take inside, throw it down, big man. Lazic saw an open hole and took it.
Francisco gets it, decides to shoot it. Oh, are you kidding me? Silva Francisco with the dagger.
Well, get it rejected. To Bellis, said not in your house. And oh my goodness, both ends of the floor. His name is Agiolus Tubelis. What a play. Atsi Prashal, excuse me.
The score is wrong on the board. It's an 82-81. Lloyd steps back for the game. Oh, Jordan Lloyd for the win. Silence in the arena. Jordan Lloyd has broken the hearts of this Latvian crowd. Steps back, releases. It's clearly good. Jordan Lloyd has a 37-point game, but the last three are the most important three.
Got to get it in bound. Fredriksson goes behind the back, goes up for it. Ah, baby! Good night, Iceland! Elva, MVP Fredriksson has done it. Down 21, but together, collectively, they found a way, and they came back and won it. side. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
I'll go tax to close out. Beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
We'll come back to Limassol, where Israel are on top here at halftime, leading by 45 points to 29. It's been a spread offensive display, to be honest with you. Ariel with 8 points, the leading scorer, but they've got another couple of guys on 7. 3 guys on 5. They've come at them from all angles here, which is, I'm sure, what coach would have wanted to see. He's certainly rotated the minutes pretty evenly and got the response. It's always in these sorts of games that you want to see everybody come to the party, and they certainly have. 4 rebounds as well for Ariel. Played 10 minutes, nearly 11 in that first half. And just a good all-round display from him. At the other end of the floor, Simon Mikhail was keeping his team in the game. 5 of 5 from the floor, an efficiency rating of 12. He's got 13 points as well. They were definitely better when he was on the floor. He sat down for about 7 minutes, and they lost those 7 minutes by 13 points, which shows you how influential he's been whilst he's out there. It's not been easy. He's a little undersized, but he's been able to get to the rim and cause some real problems for this Israeli defense. And, well, Israel will think we can get this done here at the start of the second half. It's so important, these first 3 or 4 minutes, from a Cypriot point of view. They've got to try and make a little bit of inroads into this. I think the target really would be force them into a timeout. Can you make Israel call the first timeout of the game? And can you do it within the first 5 minutes of the game as well? Because whatever it is you do, whether it's a run or however it plays out, if you do that, you're throwing them out of their natural rhythm and forcing the coaching staff into changing things up. That will be, to me, the target. And, well, Israel will be thinking we can win this game in the first 5 minutes of the second half. They come out at the start of the second half the way they did at the start of the game. They can put this way out of reach of Cyprus. They kept the Cypriots to only 3 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. That is the question, really, how Cyprus managed to put the ball in the basket. At the minute, they're trending towards 60 points. Well, that isn't going to get it done. The reality is they're going to need double the offense they scored in the first half to have a shot at this. And I guess then the question is, where does that come from outside of Mikhail? As I say, he was 5 of 5. The rest of the team was 6 of 22. That is not great shooting numbers. So somebody else has to come to the party. Only Philippos Tsikas made 2 shots in that first half. Everybody else was 1 or none. And that is the question as to where that offense comes from. And I just think, again, wishing to repeat myself, is they've got to move the ball a little. It's got to have a little more zip to it, rather than getting stuck into a dribble and hoping somebody will make a play at the end of the clock, which, you know, they're more than capable of doing. You don't get to international basketball without being able to make a play late in the clock, but it'd be much better if the ball did the work rather than an individual and you find a really good shot. And one of the reasons they're below 40% from the floor in the first half is they've not had too many easy looks, whereas there's been plenty of easy looks for Israel, and actually they'd be feeling we're not shooting the ball as well as we might. We had more easy looks than 45 points might suggest.
Yes. Let's go from this side.
Είμαστε έτοιμοι, το πιο πιθανό να σε με ψηλό παίχτη να πάνε σε side pick-and-roll. Είναι το 5 και the space green check, τα τάκο της αζόγια άμυνα που δάμε. Έτσι να κάνουμε space out. Space out, σαν τα μένα να παίζαμε. Low. Δώστε χώρο του Γκάρ να επιτεθεί. Αν έχει σούτ, εντάξει.
Well, it doesn't matter the language. Pick and roll is pick and roll. Don't forget, you can keep on top of the World Cup qualifiers. Scan the QR code, download the app, all the latest scores and stats and highlights and everything you need to know all about the World Cup qualifiers from all across the world. Going on here in Europe and in the Americas, in Asia, all over the world right now. Games being played, teams trying to progress here in qualification. Second half underway here in Limassol. Israel all in blue with the opening possession, leading Cyprus by 45 points to 29. And, well, Yakov perhaps should have made that 47 to 29. He's frustrated with himself that he didn't lay that one in. And the foul on the rebound, I think it was Sorkin. So it will go back to Cyprus. Philippos Tsikas gets it back. Stiliano trying to back down, use his strength. Yakov is matched him pretty well. The double team comes. Good help there from Roman Sorkin. Carrington. Yakov. Kicked out to the corner. Well, Sorkin had it knocked away. He thought illegally so. The referee not interested in that. And a foul called on Noam Yakov. Mikhail. Philippos Tsikas. Back to Mikhail, working that pick and roll. Creates a little room for his own shot. Ball bobbles about. Eventually, Young comes down with the rebound. They didn't get too many offensive rebounds in the first half. Well, to be clear, they got one. So they've matched that already in the first 1:20 of the second half. Lobbed all the way back to Young. Tikas kicks it out to Stiliano. Back to Tikas. Shot clock ticking down. Tikas gets it away. Yakov with the rebound. And the foul by Kumis. His third personal foul. He's the second Cypriot to 3. Young is the other one. Yakov gets it back, looking to attack himself. Tough shot from the elbow with hands all around him. Away comes Mikhail. Head down, create some room. Again, it's one of those offenses, even as good as he's been, maybe a little bit more ball movement might help. He takes the foul at the other end. Carrington. Again, that little pocket pass has been there all game. Yakov. Yakov, step away 3 off the mark. Sorkin with the rebound, goes around the defender. Did well to keep his balance there. Roman Sorkin laying it in. He's up to 9 personal points. Carrington committing the foul. That'll be on the floor, I'm sure. Foul is there. He's still dribbling. Tikas. But when you're struggling to score, and you want anything you can get, they've yet to score. First 3 minutes, I talked about the start. They've only given up 2, to be fair, but they haven't managed to score themselves. Stiliano, shot clock going right down, has to heave up a 3 on the buzzer. Tough make from Nikos Stiliano. His first points of the game, but degree of difficulty right at the top end there. Ooh, rim check there, but stolen away by Dolinsky. And a 3 at the other end. Ariel is the first Israeli player into double figures. Tikas attacks, trying to use the rim for protection and doing so well. With Dolinsky on his back, he was able to squeeze that one in. Traveling violation called against Kadeem Carrington. It's just that little slow step around the screen, but he didn't get the ball down quick enough. Dolinsky will sit down. Golavi checking in for him. That's straddling the three-point line from Tikas. It didn't matter as he didn't go in, and they didn't get back, and it's an easy jam for Lavi in transition. Little driving kick. Tikas getting to the elbow and knocking. That's a bit better. A little ball movement. Get the defense shifting. Here's Black, who stepped into the game in the first half, knocking down shots, and does exactly the same in the second. Samir Black looking as smooth as you like. 2 of 3 from behind the arc for 8 points. Tikas. Pass deflected out of bounds by Ariel. Double substitution coming into the game for Cyprus. Radar a little off on that hook shot. Black thought about another 3, decided against it this time. Sorkin hands it back to Black. Sorkin again. Michaela's coming round to try and get the help. He ends up with the ball, but not by legal means. Again, just leaking out. Lavi with the jam. Carrington gets it back. Carrington, the long elbow shot. That's ever so smooth, really. Kadeem Carrington coming round a screen. That's pretty much a layup for him from there. And for the first time today, the lead is out past 20. And Cyprus are going to call for time.
Θυμίζω το zero της ζώνης, εντάξει, Νίκος, 5 και το 4 χωσμένο, εντάξει, το 1 και το 2, εντάξει, πάσαν και έρχεται κατευθείαν, τρίπλα hand-off πίσω, τούτος ο παίχτης κάνει attack, να πιάει τον παίχτη attack, τόσο ο παίχτης φεύγει overload, την ώρα του attack, το 5 κόφει μέσα, το 4, πάμε και πάμε, πάσαν να βρούμε το overload, εντάξει, λέω είδαμε αν πιάει και να ανοιχτήκαμε μια τρίπλα να κλείσουν πάσαν, εντάξει, στο 0, στο τάγινα μας τώρα, εντάξει, δεν είχαμε παίχτη μπροστά στο push pass, είχαμε ένα layup εύκολο. Εντάξει, και έχετε για τα λίγα. Όπα, αν δεν έχει ζώνη, αμπάμαν, θέλω. Νίκος, Σάιμον, Γιώργος, Λόι, και θέλω να πάμε στο 5, φεύγεις sleep, attack, εντάξει, flare, και παίζουμε ποτέ. 1, 2, 3.
36 to 57 the score here, just past the midpoint, the third quarter. Samir Black, he's been efficient, hasn't he? For his 8 points, he's only played 10, 11 minutes. Come in, look ready to knock down shots in both halves. Three ball is short there from Lozidas, but a rare offensive rebound for Cyprus. 2 offensive rebounds, not quite. Well, maybe they will, yeah. It's come up in the hands of Vosos. And a chance for some first, second chance points of the game, and they get it. Pachialis with his first score of the game. Black Back to Sorkin. Sorkin spinning and finishing. Roman Sorkin. He's now into double figures with 11. That's good ball movement. Stiliano's shot is short, but look at the offensive rebounders there. Probably should have got some more second chance points there. Blatt for three again. Tamir Blatt filling it up from behind the arc. He's up to 11. Shot clock getting low here for Cyprus. Vassos gets it away, but the long rebound will go all the way out of bounds for an Israeli possession. Mozidis will sit down. So too will Carrington. Black. Zalmanson setting the screen. There's that little pocket pass again. Oh, lovely offense that from Israel. Good ball movement, giving up good shots for better ones. 15 assists now for the visitors. Okay, late shot clock. He's got Zalmanson in front of him. He's got to find room to get it away. And he doesn't hit anything, but Israel with the rebound. Take foul by Vassos. Now they've got 19 points already in this quarter. 19-9 they're winning this period. Israel. Blatt, deep three, looking for another one. Not this time. Zalmanson with the offensive rebound, just drops it in. 5 rebounds, 9 points for the Israeli captain. 10 offensive rebounds as a team. 12 second chance points, so they've turned them efficiently now. Stiliano with the clock ticking down. Needs to go up from Tikas. He does well just to draw iron there, but another offensive rebound. And they get some second chance points of their own here, Cyprus. Yanni Pasielis laying it home. That's a little early there in the offense, but not early enough to guarantee you a 2 for 1. They might have enough time. You see they've won this quarter by 10 or winning by 10. Cyprus can still do something about this now. There we go. Nice little pick and roll. We haven't seen much of that from Cyprus. Oh, that's a lovely pass, and Zalmanson had done his work early for the lay-in. Well, another big quarter from Israel. They've got a stranglehold on this game now with 10 to play. Cyprus 42, Israel 68. Well, big difference now in the shooting numbers. They were reasonably even early on. Not so much now. And Israel moving ever closer to victory. Let's look back at the best plays from the third quarter. I said Cyprus needed to win the early stages. They weren't able really to get their offense flowing. And as the quarter wore on, the lead grew for Israel. And they are looking very much in the box seat to claim a needed win. Remember, Croatia and Germany, the other two teams in this group, they are playing right now as well. Croatia are on top in the third quarter as they look to go 4-0. So Israel, as it stands, could draw level with Germany. Make sure you scan the QR code, download the Courtside 1891 app, or go to the website, log in there, follow all the action from around the world of FIBA basketball. Fourth quarter underway here in Limassol, Cyprus, with the opening possession, but down big. The captain can't convert, but they get the ball back. Vasa slipped a little bit, managed to get the pass away. Tikas running into Zalmanson. He'll feel that one. But his teammates help him back to his feet, and Philippos Tikas will go to the line. Points now for him. He's catching Mikhail, who hasn't scored in the second half. One point behind him. Black. It's good ball movement again. Three-point shot doesn't go from Adam. Nice. The corner three doesn't drop for Yanaras. Well, he's done really well to put the brakes on there, Artsy. He was moving as quickly as he could, and then he had to come to an abrupt halt to stay in play. Stilianu. Tikas zips it down the lane. Lovely assist. Michalis with the lay-in. Hatsi behind the back. Gets it back. Shot clock low, but he has enough space on the baseline to lay that home. Bartos trying to thread the needle, gets it back. They're looking inside. The pass doesn't get to its intended receiver, and Israel keep it in place so they can run hit. They've got numbers, and they're wide open. Another offensive rebound. Zalmanson trying to force it home. Now the double substitution for the home team. Zalmanson at the line. One of 4 players in double figures for Israel. Palatine back. Tijas looking to attack himself. Back iron. Rebound Artsy. Black keeps that in play, gets it back. Here's Blatt again. Round to Adams. Throwing it inside. Bodies all over the place, but Cyprus come away with it. Well, Palatine has his hand up for a foul. Referee didn't call it. They keep going, Cyprus. I think the Cypriots would have rather they did get the call there after the open three didn't go in. Adam slowing it down, running into trouble there. Tijas out in front. Inside it goes to Kumis. Kumis again. Tijas in the corner. Strings the three. Philippos Tijas becomes the leading scorer in the game with 15. Black. Zalmanson. His three is off the mark. No, Adam didn't want any part of that matchup. He had his hand up to the referee before he committed the foul. Yakov will replace him. Well, Philippos Tijas getting a well-earned breather. Okay, he hasn't scored still in the second half. Did much of his work early, but there have been not as many opportunities for him in the second half. Okay, around the screen. Drive into the rim, but his pass is stolen away by Zalmanson. Blatt. Again, it's good ball movement, zipping around from the Israelis. Artsy onto Yakov. Zalmanson is open up top. Well, they kind of deserve some points for the way they moved the ball there. They didn't get any though. Jonas off the mark for three. Yakov brings it forward. Just over 5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Ball game that's in complete control as far as Israel are concerned. Blatt with a rare miss from behind the arc. There we, oh, I thought that was it. He's got his own rebound there, Mikhail. Threw it up. They got numbers here, Israel. Well, Mikhail was too busy complaining to the referee that he didn't get a whistle to get back. There were two of them slow down court as far as Cyprus was concerned, and Israel 5-on-3 just kept moving it until they got the foul. Zalmanson will sit down. I suspect that's the last we'll see of the Israeli captain today. Played his part with 13 points and 8 rebounds. Nathaniel Artsy at the foul line, rattles out on the first one. They haven't missed too many free throws today. Second one is good. (11 of 13 to confirm. Here's Mikhail to the basket. Still can't get off 13. Stuck on that for a long time. Artsy running back. Well, the presence of Kumis did little to put him off. Stiliano is fouled by Lavi. Well, those were all going in the first half, and instead it's 2 points down the other end. Stiliano. Nowhere really to go. He's in a bit of trouble. He gets out of it with a nice pass to the corner, but the three ball from Stefanos Tsitsipas is off the mark. Dolinski is fouled. He didn't look overly pleased with it. Peloton into Yakov. Sorkin back to Yakov. Yakov dancing his way through the key. Tried to just drop it off to Dolinski. Couldn't find his teammate, so it'll go back the other way. Mikhail for three. Front iron. Ball all over the place. Eventually, Dolinski comes away with it. Dolinski left all on his own up top. Misses the three. Tsitsipas. Out to Young. Young drives and kicks. Mikhail still, he can't get his second half points. And once again, they're out and running. The pass wasn't a great one. Well, Yakov was expecting, actually, his teammate to cut to the basket there, Lavi. But as is the way in modern basketball, he flared to the three-point line instead. Petros Papamichael gonna get in for the first time. Simeon Solomon also getting some time, and I think that'll be the last we see of Simon Mikhail. Didn't quite hit the heights of the first half in the second, but he sure had a good game in the first half. Sorkin, a little reach-in foul there from Tsitsipas. Sorkin back to Yakov around the screen. Yakov to the elbow. They've had that all game. They haven't quite gone to it as much as they might, but that little round the screen, either pull up from the elbow or a little pocket pass, it's been there all game. I think that's miles off the mark. Rebound for Young, for Sorkin, sorry. Peloton under pressure, drops it off to Dolinski, misses the basket. Chance to run the other way. Tsitsipas right down the middle is fouled. And Stefanos Tsitsipas will go to the line with a chance to get his first points of the contest. Well, there wasn't a ton of contact there. Well, he's still waiting for his first point of the game. And still might not get another go. Looking. Yakov. Dolinski has it batted loose. Cyprus come away with it into the final 2 minutes of the contest. Oh, a little behind the back pass. Tikas had another chance to get on the board, didn't take it. Dolinski didn't know what he was doing with it there. It's one of them where I think initially thought he'd take it himself, then he decided to pass it, by which point he'd already traveled with it. Well, the offense slowed from both teams here in the fourth quarter. They kind of knew the outcome after 30 minutes. And the shooting numbers dropping. Oh, again, Sorkin picked it up, and just his length too much for Cyprus. 13 points, double-double for him to go with his 11 rebounds. Oh, he went the wrong way there. There is a foul in the end. But Aeneas Young probably could have gone the right side of the basket rather than coming underneath it. He's yet to score in this game. Been out there nearly 20 minutes. Oh, they can't buy a free throw here in the fourth quarter. There we go, he's on the board. And 50 is also on the board. Into the final minute of the game, Yakov. Sorkin had the size, but they switched well enough and just kind of pulled the chair there. Young, and Sorkin lost his balance and lost the ball. There we go. We haven't seen enough of that. Little interior passing from the Cypriots. And Salomon gets his first score of the game as well. Yakov, like he's running the layup line, getting to the rim. And speaking of layup lines, here's one at the other end. Tikas does get on the board before the buzzer sounds. Stefanos Tikas' first score. And Israel will dribble it out. Yakov needs to get over the halfway line. They might need to, oh, I was about to say the shot clock was still on, but it just drifted off there just in time. There might have been a tenth or two lost, but it doesn't matter. The game is done. And you can see they're already exchanging fives. And there goes the buzzer. And a professional job done by Israel here on the road to get the win they needed. It didn't really blow open until later in the second quarter, but they were always in control of this game, Israel, and they've beaten Cyprus by 54 points to 83. And while there were moments for the Cypriots, particularly in the first half with Mikhail scoring those 13 points, he wasn't able to add to that in the second half. They probably just didn't quite have enough offense. You can see their shooting numbers not great. And they just, well, 54 is, it's tough to win a game with 54. Israel dominating the rebounds. And they needed the win coming here. And they comfortably got the win, and they salute their fans in the crowd. Leading scorer in the game, Philippos Tikas with 15, but it was a spread effort from Israel. You can see three guys on 13. They had 5 in double figures, and were able to get everybody a decent run out. Well, let's have a look back at the highlights from the fourth quarter was not quite as offensively prolific as one or two of the earlier ones. But Israel weren't too concerned about that. Their job was just to see it over the line, and that's exactly what they were able to do. Cyprus, well, one or two guys who hadn't scored in the game, able to get out there and get some points on the board, but they never looked like getting enough to threaten. I said at halftime when they only had 29 that they were trending towards 60. They didn't even get there in the end. Just 25 points in the second half. And, well, Israel able to get out and run a little bit in the second half as well. Good contributions from both the starters and the bench as well. 33 points from the reserves today for Israel. And never in doubt, led from tip to buzzer, peaked out at 32. And no drama for Israel as they get the win they needed. Final score here, Cyprus 54, Israel 83. Well, let's have a look. The other game, Germany came back in that, but Croatia held on to win, so they remain undefeated. They're actually 4-0, and Germany and Israel both 2-2 now. So that will be quite a battle for positioning.
They did pass from there. Maybe they got, I think, number 7 and number 7. No, two guys, they didn't pass. Maybe they got.
חבר שלי בפנחץ בבית שמש. חבר שלי בפנחץ בבית שמש.